What's up YouTube, AJ Punk 15, and today I'm going to review the new movie, It Follows. I'm probably one of the last people in the world to get to see this movie, because where I'm from, we don't usually get these small budget films. But that being said, I did finally get a chance to check this out. The film is directed by David Robert Mitchell and stars Michael Monroe, who was also in another great film called The Guest that just premiered last year. I've been hearing a lot of great things about this movie. A lot of people say it's the next Halloween, a lot of people say it's a miss, a lot of people saying it's a big hit of the year, maybe the best horror film this year. So needless to say, I've been really looking forward to this film. The way I look at it is, if Halloween is the anti-sex movie, where if you have sex you die, this one is if you have sex you live. And that's the basic premise of this movie. It stars Michael Monroe, who plays a girl named Jay, who falls in love with this kid named Hugh. Hugh passes some kind of curse or disease to Jay, and in return, this thing follows her around. Hence the title, It Follows. I'm not going to go into spoilers about this film because I think it's best left to watch for yourself and actually enjoy it the first time you see it. One thing I do love about this film, and there's many aspects of this film I love, in fact there's very little I even have wrong with this film, if any, is that the score is completely synth. Almost modernized, like 70s, 80s horror film, kind of in the style of John Carpenter and other people like that. It's just really, really, really cool. I downloaded the soundtrack before the movie came out. It's by Disaster Piece. It's really, really, really cool. Definitely worth a listen. Another thing I really enjoyed about this movie is the fact that it plays homage to when it's due. There's a scene directly taken out from the Halloween film itself from 1978, and it worked really well for this film. I think the cinematography was amazingly done. There's a lot of shots where it's just all one take and the camera slowly panning around and you get to see everything that's going on. The basic premise of this movie is Jay gets contracted with this disease or curse, and she's going around trying to not get killed by the thing that follows her. It could be someone that she knows, it could be someone who already had the curse and died from it. But you never know when this person's going to show up. It actually literally walks. It kind of like takes on the premise of all the old horror films like Jason and Freddy and stuff, where they just walk towards you and they eventually catch you. But this one is kind of the same thing, only you could drive away from it and probably never get caught if you keep moving. And that's the only gripe I have with this film, is the fact that she doesn't want to die from this thing. So instead of keep driving, she just goes from place to place, moving back and forth, letting the thing follow her as it goes, and she stays in that one spot. Other than that, I don't really have a big thing wrong with this film at all. I absolutely love the pace that it was set at. I love the ending, the middle, the end. It was all tied up really good at the end of the movie. Michael Monroe's character was awesome. Micah played her perfect. If you haven't seen her, guys, really check out The Guest. It's one of her big roles, big breakthrough roles. And if that isn't It Follows, it's definitely her breakthrough role. I noticed a few jump scares in this movie where a ball hits a window. It's even in the trailer, I believe. But I think it was utilized in a certain way that it made the film more eerie. I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know when it was going to show up. I was basically the girl in the movie. I was watching through her eyes as it followed her, and you didn't know where it was going to show up. You kind of see it at certain times, and you're like, shit, it's going to get her. And there's a really, really cool scene where actually kind of does get her, and it's really, really cool, done really well. The whole idea of this thing following the person around and eventually trying to catch you and kill you and moving on to the person before you that gave you the disease is really, really creepy. To think that you could be walking down the street and it could be right there and you don't know who it is. It could be someone you know, it could be someone you don't know, and it could just get you. It's just, it gets inside your brain and plays mind games with you, and I mean, it can drive you insane. And I think that towards the end of this film, you see the girl, Jay, kind of go insane a little bit, and her brain is just not working. She's very scared, she's very upset. It just worked really well for this film. If I'm not mistaken, I do believe this is David Robert Mitchell's first film, and it's a great outing for a first film. I cannot wait to see what else this guy's going to put out. I really enjoyed this film a lot. I'm going to give it a solid 4.8 out of 5. Like I said, there was one gripe with it that you'll eventually notice yourself in the film, but other than that, it's just like a little nitpick. So I'm going to give it a 4.8 out of 5. Really hope you enjoyed this review. I really hope you watch this movie, and I really hope you enjoy that too. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and take care, and stay frosty.